Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a match between Jaedong and PerfectMan here on Aztec 1.1. Got this replay off of TeamLiquid.net on their forums. And let's go ahead and introduce these players before anything happens. In the top right hand, top side, top left hand, right hand, At the 12 o'clock position is the orange Zerg player. It is Jaedong. You know him very well. And in the bottom right-hand corner here, we have the red Protoss player. It is PerfectMan, who, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know existed until I found this replay among the ones that were part of this replay pack. And I said, this is a fairly long replay, so anybody that can hang with Jaedong has got to be pretty good, right? And yeah, fair enough. PerfectMan is a former StarCraft pro gamer from South Korea who played Protoss for Hwasong OZ. He currently plays in amateur leagues. Now, this is from 2010. This is an old replay, you guys, and so this is back when he was playing pro. Really up to date and up to his skill level. First played professionally in April of 2008 in GOM TV Classic Season 1. First appearance against Iris, but really didn't do that well for the first couple of years there. A professional winning record of 36% with 31 wins and 55 losses. He retired after joining KT Roster, after he didn't want to transition to StarCraft 2 and basically just continues to play Brood War in the amateur leagues. So he's a pretty cool dude. He's been involved in Brood War for a long time now. Obviously, if he was playing in 2010 and he's still playing today, he is a pretty solid dude here. So we do have a 2010 standard opening here with the Forge First. Forge First, it's a weird wall off. It's one of these maps. Aztec is one of those maps that where you're in a pit. Right? You're in a big old pit, so it's big so that tanks can't sit on this high ground and wreck your stuff. That said, can tanks sit on this high ground and wreck your stuff? I mean, there's no Terrans involved, obviously, but it still seems very odd. Oh, denying the expansion. What a boss there. Are we too slow? Oh, no, that's too fast. This is good. This is good speed here. And you know what? I figured out, you guys. Remember this whole thing? This is a lie. This is a lie. I went back and watched some of my StarCraft Brood War casts that I did before Remastered came out, and it didn't look that bad. It doesn't look that bad. I might put a link to it in the top right here. You can go back and look, but yeah, they're flubbing a little bit here, saying, look how terrible it looked before we remastered it, and yeah, no, it's not that bad. I don't know why they feel the need to downscale it there. And people are like, well, it's because you're running it at a higher resolution on your computer, but no, man. I was running Brood War non-remastered on the same computer as I am now with the remastered, so whatever. Finally, just forced to throw up his hatch right here is Jaedong. What on earth? I have never seen this before from Jaedong. He didn't have the Lings out in time to knock down this pylon. He didn't feel like taking a third anywhere else. I don't know why he didn't just take this, to be honest here. I mean, maybe he was worried about Zealot attacks, but this is as wide open and as exposed as this one is, so go figure. I wonder if he's going to throw up a hatch there too. It doesn't have the resources for it, but seems entirely possible. Oh, it's over here. Okay, so he did throw down a base way over here on this left side. So he does have that one going down. He's got a macro hatch kind of walling this off against any possible Zealot aggression that we could see from PerfectMan. But PerfectMan doesn't seem to be interested in doing that. He's got a gateway. He's got an expansion coming down. He didn't rush to the gateway. And as a result, I think Jaedong has a couple minutes before anything really comes out and here tries to kill him. No Zealots at all in production from PerfectMan, and a Cybernetics core on the way here from the Protoss player. So he's trying to tech up. Is that a lair? Holy cannoli. That is a quick lair. 3-minute lair from Jaedong. The probe scouts it, sees exactly what's going on, says, okay, this definitely could be some Muta play. Could be some Mutalisks. That's a very early lair here. It also could be lurkers. We've seen that before. Kind of a 2.5, 3 base lurker play from Zerg against Protoss can be pretty good. Need a lot of cannons to deal with it. Some Zealots in here to buffer too. And you can make it work. We saw Bisu hold. I think Effort tried to get one of those over on him in our StarCraft Brood War Cheese compilation, which if you haven't seen that, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of short games. I generally tend to cast longer macro games, but I had a request for some shorter stuff, and it was good, man. We had some Artosis play in there, which was fun. We had Bisu. We had, I don't think we had a Jaedong, if we're honest here, but we had, who else was involved there? I'm trying to remember the other players, but casting and remembering is a little bit difficult. Just check it out. Check it out. Trust me. It was a lot of fun. But meanwhile, what are we doing in Protossville? It's a Stargate opening. Knocked me over with a feather. Who saw that coming? Probably going to be sort of Corsair play, which means we should see a Spire on the way from Jaedong too. And there it is. There's the Spire coming up. And based on the fact that he hasn't taken his gas at his natural or his third, we'll call this his third, even though it was the second base to go down. Because it's far away, and traditionally that is the location for it. Tells me it's not going to be Muta play at all, and really Muta play when your opponent has Corsair is very difficult to do. Jaedong would just rather not bother with it at all against someone who's as good as PerfectMan is here anyway. Alright, so Zerglings just kind of sitting out front. There's no way to get in here. Zealots are holding these chokes. I'm not even sure if there's a way to get in there if you're a Zergling, but the Zealot's holding it anyway, just in case. Yep, there's Corsair. There is a +1 ground attack being researched for the Zealots and the Dragoons and the Dark Templar. They benefit from that upgrade. They all share it. They're all very friendly that way. And that is more tech. That's a Templar Archives coming in, along with additional gateways. So I imagine we're going to see some Storm here, maybe some Archon play. Now, something I do remember about this matchup is in situations where really elite Zerg players get taken down, it's when there's a lot of Archons for the Protoss, because suddenly the Dark Swarm is not good. Suddenly the Plague is not good, and suddenly you can't really rely on the Infestors to do what you need them to do, right? To win the game for you effectively. If you can use them well enough, that's how Jaedong succeeds. And so if you can make them not as useful as they otherwise would be, you can really put a Zerg in a very tenuous position as this 40-something attack Corsair finally takes down the Overlord, which is hilarious, but gets him. Where are the rest of the Overlords? Here's one hiding. Here's one hiding. Here's one coming up here too. The Scourge are out. They're running around. They're not really going in the direction of where the Corsair is for whatever reason. They're heading down to the south, maybe trying to catch another Corsair that's coming on out here. But Zealots pushing out with the Dragoon. The Lings are a good early warning advance system here for the Zerg. Allows Jaedong to know, okay, something's coming my way. Going to toss up some creep colonies to deal with this. Yep. Is that a creep and an evolution chamber? Yeah, so creep evolution chamber. And this is another Hydralisk Den and a creep colony. So something to buffer for the Sunken, so it's not just taking direct hits from the Zealots and the Dragoons is really, really good. Did you find another kill? You just flew past this one, so that's exciting. And this one too. Where are you going, Corsair? Wow, scouting Corsair, I guess. There's nothing to stop you from killing these dudes. There it is. So another Sunken coming in, not even bothering with a Spore Colony at all. How about this one? Another Sunken. So he's worried about some aggression here from PerfectMan, but PerfectMan doesn't seem all that interested in doing much except for flying around with this Corsair and killing Overlords. That said, he took a Scourge hit earlier. He doesn't seem to be interested in going home at all. And the he slowed down a tiny bit, and the Scourge takes him right out of the sky. What a great play there. Or rather, a misplay, I'd say, from PerfectMan rather than an amazing play from Jaedong. But hey, you take what you can get. And that is actually going to be an Archon in production right now for the Protoss player. Got an Archon. He's not bothering with Storm. He has another Archon down here on the low ground. Queen's Nest coming in. I assume that is just going to be for a very, very fast hive for Jaedong. And yeah, he's just trying to go ahead and tank up here. Throw that static defense down. And yes, against Protoss, you hold this, and then you expand down to the bottom left to the main base in the spawn location, second of all. Taking a third base now is PerfectMan. At the same time that the fourth base is done here for Jaedong, so he's a little bit behind economically. Oh man, these Corsair. That's another one. Another hit on that Corsair with that Scourge is not what you want to see if you're a PerfectMan here. But again, the Archons are good. The Zealots are great. All that are really out right now are Zerglings. A Zerglings, period, for Jaedong. He is, yep, there's that upgrade to the Hive at 8 minutes, which is so fast. So fast for StarCraft. But I love it. I like it a lot here. Clearly, there's not a major amount of aggression on the way here from PerfectMan. He's getting his third base down. He's got enough Sunkens to keep him alive for a while now, if he's Jaedong. And what's Jaedong going to do? It's 9 Mutalisks. He is going to go for Muta, recognizing, actually not recognizing anything at all. There are still 4 Corsair out here. I'm not convinced that is the right decision here from Jaedong, especially with Archons on the ground. One Scourge goes down, and now you can only kill 1 Corsair with these 3 Scourge. That's not good. You want 4. You want 4 of them for sure. Zealots marching up. But again, 3 Sunkens back here with some Zerglings, with some Mutas in the sky. I just don't see a Gateway army getting through this, really. Yeah, man, here's the attack. It's going okay, but yeah, Jaedong's got that well defended. PerfectMan has no interest in getting on in there at all. The Mutas are diving right on in to this third base. There's only a cannon here and an Archon. All right. So the cannon dies real instaantly. The Corsair the Corsair getting target fired, and now Corsair target firing their Scourge down very nicely, and now the Corsair can chase these Mutas on out of here. Get out, they say. This is our neighborhood. This is our town, scrub. Name that game in the comments. And once again, more Scourge show up. The Archons shoo them away. The Dragoons shoo them away. Just kind of a ping-pongy game, bouncing back and forth there. Another hatchery on the way from Jaedong. And what else is he doing here? He's getting upgrades. He's working on Nubatized Carapace for faster Overlord movement. He is getting the Defiler Mound, which is, again, the bread and the butter for Jaedong, is having that Defiler Mound. And we'll see if he can make it work here in this game today. This probe, I think, was trying to go for a 4th base, but wrong place, wrong time again. Really, a lot of StarCraft is just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Zealot picked off. This is a pretty good Mutaflog. This is the most Mutas I've seen Jaedong make in a while. But 4th base coming up along the right side for PerfectMan. How did I get rid of that? There we go. APM meter back up in the top right, you guys. Sorry about that. Defiler Mound pops immediately in production for Jaedong is Zerglings. All right, and Adrenal Glands for those Zerglings, but I like this composition. This Zealot Archon thing. Sure, the Zealots are really susceptible to taking a plague right on the top of their heads and making them a lot less useful than they otherwise would by. Almost got wiped out by those Archons, did those Mutas. They dove in and then dove right back out again. So we need a 5th base from Jaedong, man. Where is it? Where is the 5th from the Orange Zerg player here today? Because the 4th is now warping in from PerfectMan. Consume is on the way from Jaedong, getting a Spore Colony up. Photon Cannons coming in defending that 3rd base, and a lot of cannons at the 4th base here too. Static defense, really part of what PerfectMan is trying to do here. So it's a Ling Scourge Mutalisk thing out of Jaedong. How are the upgrades on these dudes? +1 Ground Carapace for the Zerglings, and +1 Flyer Carapace for the Mutalisks. They might try flying in, but again, it's just dangerous. 3 cannons up. A High Templar present gets sniped. Excellent snipe by these Mutas. They are stacked up, and they are mean right now. Another, oh, almost gets another High Templar. That one dies. The Corsair, come on in. Oh, this is so bad, but then the Scourge. Oh, wait, the Scourge missed it. All those Mutas die? Oh my stars and garters. Apologies to the beast there, but holy crap, I think all those Mutas just died. Suddenly it's 165 to 96 supply. Suddenly we're marching on into this 3rd base, and there's no Mutas to assist with this at all. That said, oops, Scourge. Man, Scourge getting picked out. These Corsair are worth their weight in gold right now. PerfectMan is playing them so well. Again, another group comes in, and I think they took down a Corsair, but that's about it. Overlord's getting destroyed here, trying to supply block. Jaedong might actually be able to do it. Oh my gosh, and he does. Well, almost. Never mind. It's close. It is close, but it's not quite there yet. Another Overlord may be enough to get there. And, yep, Jaedong, 104 out of 103 available supply. Scourge crashing in. Another Corsair does go down, only 5 remaining, but they have put in their work. Supply blocking Jaedong, wiping out the Mutaforce. Lings are on the ground right now. Oh boy. I mean, that's why you don't see Mutas. That's why you don't see Mutas against a Protoss player who has a lot of Corsair. That can happen to you. Alright, so here we come. Full energy Defiler, because of course it does. It's got Consume. Absolutely all you really need it to do is just have Consume, and then you can throw down infinite spells with your little friendly Zerglings who are willing to sacrifice their lives for you. Another base warping in for PerfectMan. That's going to be a 5th down here at about the 6:30, 7 o'clock position. Zerglings chasing these Zealots. The Zealots do have +2 attack, making them pretty dangerous foes here, but outnumbered by the Zerglings here. Archon coming up the backside. The Zerglings are trying to force a cancel on this Nexus, and with the Adrenal Gland upgrade, it's going to be close. Dude, they forced the cancel. No! 90 hit points remaining there. Coming on in with an Overlord drop. Storms wiping out everything. The Defilers die. Another great Storm there, but the Ling drops. The Lings are doing terrible damage to these cannons. It is a beautiful job here from Jaedong. Wow, got the Dark Swarm down, got the Lings down. That's all you really needed. High Templar does not have enough energy for Storm, and he dies not having enough energy for Storm. And that's a full evacuation. Some Archons are coming in. That Defiler gets picked off up against the wall by the Zealots. Coming up the ramp, the Dragoon is blocking the units from getting up the ramp, which is hilarious. The 4th base is gone. Man, Cracklings are serious business. This base was happy and thriving about 30 seconds ago, and now it is completely toast. I'm not sure that this Archon and this Dragoon can handle this. And I was correct. That Archon died, but other reinforcements came in, so it's no big deal. Got nice Terran music coming in. Also some Dark Templar running around for PerfectMan. He's got 0 kills on this dude. I think he's just checking for bases. Some additional stuff from Jaedong, but you're not going to find much. That's exactly what Jaedong needed, by the way, was wiping out this 4th base after losing all of those Mutalisks. Why does he still have the Scourge? I guess he really wants to get revenge on those Corsair, but are the Corsair alive would be my biggest question. Yeah, the reaction from PerfectMan was pretty good, right? In that he did throw down storms as best he could as the Zerg swarm was coming in there, but it wasn't enough. This looks pretty intimidating. That is Lings. That is a Defiler. It's an economical drop here from Jaedong. 192 to 143 supply. Jaedong is down, but he is pretty comfortable with that, as we've seen. There's the Dark Swarm. There's the Dark Swarm. And all of these probes are in so much trouble right now. Another drop coming into this 5th base. Same story. Oh, the Corsair are here this time, though. Overlords get picked off. Nicely done here with the Swarm. Again, Archons are in the mix. A little bit different this time. Man, this is a major engagement from Jaedong right now. That Defiler does get surrounded by Zealots and picked off. Where are the Archons? Why aren't they helping against these Zerglings? I don't know. Defiler finally going to go down to the Zealot inside the Dark Swarm. He's pretty proud of that. And an Ultralisk shows up from Jaedong because, of course, he's making Ultralisks right now. We're 16 minutes into this game. What else would he be doing with his life? This game is insanity right now. Cannons picking off the Scourge. That's not great control right there. We still have the Overlords sitting here inside the main base. I just don't think that the economy for PerfectMan is very good right now. And the Ultras are kind of... Oh, that's a good Plague. That was a great Plague. A lot of Zealots caught that thing. It's like catching the Plague. And maybe that's where that came from, Falcon. Do you ever think about that? I don't know. I don't know. Suppose I have once or twice. Leaving some Zealots behind to take down this hatchery that Jaedong is trying to get up along this right side. But marching on up here is a Zealot Archon group. That's a lot of Archons and some Reavers in the mix, too. Oh, boy. Splash damage hits you even if you happen to be under the Dark Swarm here. Wow. 2 Ultras going down to that one hit. Another Ultra taking a shot. And, man, forced to retreat from the Dark Swarm position. That is not something you see all the time. Oh, Ultralisk does manage to end up saving this hatchery as he kills that Zealot. Marching up this direction, another Ultralisk gets picked off by those Scarabs. This whole... Oh, another Plague goes down. This whole Archon Reaver thing is working out pretty well for PerfectMan. He's up 156 to 136 supply right now. Economically, I think Jaedong has the lead with 4 fairly healthy bases. Whereas PerfectMan, he lost a ton of stuff at his 4th and his main, but the composition right now is what is keeping PerfectMan in this game. The Archons are looking great. They have +3 attack. There are some Ultras running down right now. DT's actually in the mix, at least until the Overlords show up. Oh, the High Templar are trying to storm the Ultras, but it's so hard to do, sacrificing themselves to get a storm down on the Ultralisks. There we go, morphing into an Archon, and actually kind of messing up the pathing on that Ultra a little bit. He is in the red, so he does want to retreat from that position. Zealots finally get that hatchery along the right side right now, and Jaedong is not... Oh, there we go. Does take this top left-hand corner, one of them. Anyway, for his 5th... this was going to be the 5th, but it is gone now. That sucker is toast now. Is this more drop stuff, or that's just retreating? I think that's just retreating from when they did their stuff previously. There's a probe not mining for PerfectMan, but again, it's so hard to control this game at this level and do everything perfectly. I don't expect perfection really from anybody except maybe from Flash, maybe that guy. But even then, you guys, he's beatable. I have cast 1 or 2 games on the channel where he has lost. If you've missed those, if you think Flash is an unstoppable god, think again. His win rate is not 100% in the Brood War scene. 187 to 166 supply, still consistently up here for PerfectMan. Ling's rolling on in against these Archons. And again, it doesn't really help necessarily to have the Dark Swarm here. A lot of Lings are going down. Beautiful storms on the left side and the right side and the middle side. This is a nice surround from Jaedong, though. Holy crap. Ultra's getting right on in here. I wish we could see exactly what's going on inside the Dark Swarm. Sometimes it's a little bit too opaque, but DT's going to the rescue here as there's no detection available. The DT is hitting hard. 45 damage per swing of their Warp Blade, and that's with just +1 attack, and they have the +3 attack right now. Corsair haven't done enough or much for a while here. I feel like maybe some Overlord hunting would be in their best interest, but you're already sitting at 250 APM if you're PerfectMan, and Man, that juicy, juicy chunk of Overlords would be so, so good for you. As I don't think Jaedong has the ability to replace them all that easily. Flank attack from the Zerg, taking major storms to the face, but the DTs putting in work right now, dropping the Reavers on in. Oh, DT's getting evaporated. The Overlords are in position to scout. I assume they have the upgrade. It increases their sight range. It'd be nice if they did anyway. Hey, look, the Corsair. Yeah, the thing is here, there's not much anti-air at all for Jaedong right now. So the Corsair can chase down Overlords with impunity. The DT's still hanging on in. Zealot's trading pretty well with the Ultras here too. Oh my gosh, did they find the Overlords? They did it. The Corsair are doing what I suggested that PerfectMan should do. Scourge come in. They catch one of the Corsair out in the open here. +1 attack is done for these guys now. Attacking on in to a 6th base that Jaedong just popped up. There's nobody here, but my goodness, the insanity on the ground right now. We have Archons. We have Storm. We've got Reavers hitting in. High Templar getting focused down by Zerglings here too. High Templar does manage to escape. Kisses one of the Ultralisks there on the cheek. But man, Ultras right on top of Reavers is never good, but somehow the Reaver wins that battle anyway. These Ultras are just getting smashed by this, and this base is going to go down. Jaedong is not supply blocked, but he's only at 100 supply to 137 attempted. Was this an attempted base? I feel like this was an attempted base by PerfectMan, but Lings wrecked that thing for sure. All right, Archons, they do get the hatch and then surrounded by a million Zerglings and killed. They got to have the upgrades. 3-2. With no additional attack upgrades coming in here. I think Jaedong might have forgotten about it, but either way, this is an insane, insane level game right now, you guys. Man, this replay pack has been so good to me. So, so, so good. This might earn another epic tag. I don't know what else to do with it. There's been so much action everywhere on the map. Nicely controlled here by PerfectMan. Archon with 6 kills, Archon with 2 kills. Trying to establish this base here, and yeah, another hatch coming up for Jaedong up along the left side. He is not actually mining from this top lefty, just because apparently he's using everything that he builds up here for extractors. This DT is hoofing it on out. Did he just kill a drone? He just sniped off a drone. And he's hiding in the corner, and everybody's going home. Oh, DT. We shall call you Dan. Dan the DT. Oh, Overlord says, hey, I see you. You can't hang out in here forever. Well, I don't know. Can he hide again? This is not hiding, Dan. Dan, I named you for a reason. All right, well, that's embarrassing. That is embarrassing for me. Okay, bit of a breather here. It is 22 minutes and 59 seconds into this game. It's 153 to 137 supply. I know we like to say that Jaedong enjoys being down. He's fine being down in the early game and then swinging ahead into the mid game, but this is late game he's down, and that is not good. That is really bad in the situation for him. More Ultras just churning on down here. They have anabolic synthesis. They are so very, very fast, and finally that +3 melee attack getting research tier 2 for the Zerg forces. He really seems stuck on this Ling Ultra thing. He's got some Defilers. Again, Dark Swarm, pretty fantastic. Not as good as it otherwise would be if the Archon count were lower for the Protoss player, but that's a lot of Archon. They have the upgrades, 1-1 on the shield and the armor here too. Consume going down. Yeah, man, economically, Jaedong's looking better. Again, he took some damage there, but he lost a couple hatcheries as well. Never really tried to retake this right-hand base at all, but it hasn't really hurt him, I don't think. He's starting to catch back up. He's running in with some, this is just like, suicide Zerglings, I guess? Oh, unless they get some High Templar, in which case, never mind. That is not suicide at all. 2 High Templar go down. And PerfectMan is heading from the south to the north. He is upset. He wants some Zerg blood. The Scourge. Oh, they try to get that shuttle. That was a suicide mission to get that shuttle. There's the Dark Swarm. There's the Plague. Where'd the shuttle go? Did it die? I can't actually... Oh, here it is. It's in here somewhere. There's Reavers in all of this chaos right now. I can't even tell who's winning down here, you guys. The Archons seem to be doing pretty well for themselves. Zealots here, too. The Dark Swarm doesn't bother them. The Dark Templar actually showing up pretty nicely inside the Dark Swarm, which makes a little bit of sense. Look at the insane scene on your screen right now, you guys. Archons just wrecking Ultralisks. Zealots here, too. Units rolling in from the south side, just getting hacked apart by these Dark Templar. Is there any detection here at all? There's an Overlord up there trying to make something happen, but wow. PerfectMan comes out of that thing, not unscathed, but definitely victorious. He's going to chase up this ramp. Going up ramps is generally not a great idea, but... Oh, that DT. There is detection available for you there. Shuttle has a Reaver inside it that is extremely, extremely injured. All the way in the red there. Another great storm happening. Chasing the Zerg forces back up that ramp. Jaedong trying to get in here. Oh, did he take out the shuttle? I think he just got the shuttle with the Scourge. What a beautiful snipe that was from the Zerg player. But it's 142 to 105 supply. Are you kidding right now? That engagement went as well as it could be expected for PerfectMan, and he is in a great position right now. Some Zerglings, no, it's not enough to stop this. You Zerglings, no, it is not enough to stop this. This is a Zerg train. We're rolling on up to this hatchery. There are 4 drones here and literally nothing else. He's like, how is there... I guess we'll leave an Archon to kill this thing. We don't need to send the whole army to kill that, do we? Probably not. I mean, it worked sending those 2 Zealots back to take down that hatch earlier. But I guess if there's nothing else to do here, killing the hatch is fine. The Archons seem a little bit indecisive right now. He's making more Reavers. He's making more Scarabs. Here's the army for Jaedong. He's got Lings. He's got Ultras. Everybody is almost fully upgraded. That +3 melee attack takes forever, but it's done. Well, super almost done is what I like to say about it. So you know there's a base up here? How do you even get up there? Is that an island? Oh no, there's a ramp right there. It's very, very narrow. We saw that earlier, Falcon, Derp. We saw a Dark Templar walk up that thing. I don't know. It's late. Give me a break. We're doing our best here. Alright, so Archon count. Fairly healthy. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 of them. 7 of them on the ground. Taking that high ground on the ramps is exactly what... Actually, is that a low ground? It's hard to tell with this ramp type. More Darkstorm going down. Surround coming from both sides right now. The Reaver's trying to stand on in here and hang in, but I think this army's just going to get wiped out. That is way too many Ultra. Archon's getting out. Decent hits with the Reavers, but boom. Archon count is down to nothing right now. Holy smokes, that was a major, major win for Jaedong, making it work here again. Having this consistent economy has been really helping him. As I'm scrolling around, though, there's a lot of not healthy mineral patches that we're looking at right now. This is healthy, but man, the main's gone. The natural's just about gone. This third base is gone, too. Maybe not as good as I'd expect it to be. And yeah, PerfectMan sitting pretty happily on 5 bases, where 3 of the 5 are dang healthy. So I don't know. More Archons are here. More Zealots are here. Probes trying to transfer down. Lings find these guys and say, can we have your lunch money? And the probes say no. And the Lings respect that and decide to kill this probe instead. Free lunch money! Alright, so this hatchery coming up just south of the main. It has died previously. It's getting replanted. I just don't know that PerfectMan's army is big enough right now. Again, it's good. It's Zealots, it's High Templar, it's Archons, but I think he needs more Archons to make this thing happen right now. How's that gas income? Looking pretty good. He's got to put this cannon in an intentional position, doesn't he? Does he only have 2? I think he only has 2 workers on gas right there, which is very interesting. Marching up again. That is so many Ultralisks for Jaedong, but taking some serious Scarab hits there. Oh, Defiler tries to get involved. No, say the Archons. Get out. You are ineligible for this game. And actually chasing the Ultralisks away. This hatch on the right side is canceled. Almost immediately, the drone gets massacred there too. 163 to 104 supply right now. Oh, they caught the shuttle. Oh, Scourge doing such a good job right there. Another hatch popping. The Ultras on the low ground saying, come down. Come down here, we dare you. How about we storm you in the head first? How's that sound? All right, say the Ultras. Touche. Touche, my good Protoss opponent. 167 to 110 supply in favor of the Protoss at this stage of the game. More Reavers, more High Templar, more Defilers, more Ultras from Jaedong. I kind of like this from him, actually. Oh, okay, all right. Dark Templar getting some nice swipes off on these dudes. Weakening them up. Finally, an Overlord comes in. And the DTs all die, but that was a nice little engagement there from the DTs. Recognizing that the Ultras with speed can outstrip, can outrun the Overlords. Another fantastic plague from Jaedong. But what else do we expect from this guy other than fantastic plagues and perfect dark swarms consistently throughout every game he ever plays? Because that's what it is. That's where we are here. Attacking from the south to the north. Here comes PerfectMan. He's got the shuttle again. How does he have another shuttle already? Storms, Zealots kind of trying to lock the Ultras in place right now. Reaver hits on everything. Archon's actually chasing the Ultras away to the south. The Ultras in the north retreating from this position too. Jaedong is down under 100 supply right now, you guys. Under 100 supply. Scourge trying to get on that thing. They can't quite find it. Another hatch is going to fall. This is the recipe for beating Jaedong. Just killing hatches and getting Archons, as it would seem. Scourge trying to get hits off. Not really happening. Shuttles are still alive. Outnumbered a little bit, but then reinforcing Archons come in. Blah, blah. Say the Archons. 148 to 84 supply. Where's the Defiler going? It doesn't have enough energy to do anything right now. This is the thing about the Ultras. They don't have to engage if they don't want to, because with that anabolic synthesis upgrade, they are so zippy. They are so incredibly zippy. Dark Templar wandering on in. Dang, PerfectMan, how do you have all the APM to do this? He checks for a base up here. Doesn't see one. All right, fine. I'll just hang out until there is one, or until I get smashed by an well, 3 Ultras and a bunch of Zerglings. That said, if your army's here, says PerfectMan, maybe we're just going to head up this right side and see what we can do. Nope, there's no hatch for you to kill. Good try, though. Good try trying to outzone Jaedong when his army isn't in a position to respond to you. But, dude, it's 168 to 90 supply. Jaedong has no money in the bank. 100, 200 gas and minerals in the bank right now. Taking this right side base right now is PerfectMan. Marching it up to the natural a little bit. There's a lot of tech in here, which killing it would be nice. That said, the Ultralisk Cavern... Is it up here? It is up here. All right, so killing the Ultra Cavern would be a serious boon for PerfectMan. Probes transfer... Is he seriously long distance mining that hard from this? He is. Seems a little bit dangerous, man. That said, the Ultras and Lings don't seem all that interested in the probes. Perhaps feeling like they're bait and it's a trap ready to be sprung by PerfectMan. I don't know. I don't know if it is, you guys. But wow, who is going to come out on top here? I just can't tell it at this point. If anybody else down this much, I would say definitely PerfectMan. But it's Jaedong once again storming the Ultras. It doesn't do all that much damage to them, but every little bit of damage you can do to an Ultra counts as good damage. And it ignores armor too. That's the big thing. Spells like Plague and like Storm ignore armor altogether, which is something that Ultras, they really like. They rely upon that armor. As it turns out, dancing around here is PerfectMan. Defiler does manage to escape with his Defiler life. He has a lot of HP too. He get hit at all there? I don't know. Did finally this finally finished, and these probes need to go back to work. This is an insane scene right here. Got High Templar, got Dark Templar swarming in here too. There's a nice Dark Swarm coming up with the Archons, man. Another Plague goes down, the 15th Plague it feels like in this game, and once again the Ultras don't like what they see, and they're forced to retreat. It's double the supply in favor of PerfectMan, you guys. 163 to 75 supply. He managed to take this right side base, which is amazing for his mineral income. His gas is starving right now, but the more Zealots he can make, the better it is for him right about now. Shuttle at the backside. I'm worried about getting picked off by any Scourge. Are there any on the map for Jaedong even? I don't even know. This left side hatch is attempting to be taken right now. But if this could be shut down by PerfectMan, I really don't know what Jaedong is going to be able to do here. Another Dark Swarm is up. The Zealots don't care, and that is your good game. Whoa, good game. Jaedong taps out, and PerfectMan gets the win in 33 minutes and 28 seconds. What an absolutely bonkers result here. I know a lot of you click on Jaedong games expecting to see a Jaedong win, but apparently he can bleed. Apparently he's very capable of being taken down, even by somebody like PerfectMan, who doesn't have the most illustrious Liquidipedia entry for his name. I mean, it's good, but geez, what a boss. And yeah, Jaedong just tapped out because he was doubled up in supply. This hatch was going to die. He effectively had one mining base here that he was relying upon, and that was it. Whereas PerfectMan had 1, 2, 3 bases he's happily mining from. His production tab is a lot healthier, and this composition just required more stuff than Jaedong was able to make. Again, a key moment in this game is when the Mutalisks flew in and got chased away by the Corsair, who wiped out every single one of those Mutas, forcing Jaedong to tech switch instantly and giving PerfectMan the space to throw up a couple extra bases there that I don't think he otherwise would have been able to do. Not with the Mutas flying around. So that's why, you guys, if anybody asks you, how come we don't see Mutas all that much? All that much from for Mutalisk playing ZVP, and it's because Corsairs are really, really good. Really good. All right, man. Congratulations to PerfectMan. Let's check out this final score. And yeah, again, it's standard Protoss stuff. 739 killed compared to 251 lost. That is a good ratio. And then resources, as usual, generally telling the story. More gas mined for Jaedong. More total spent for Jaedong, but if you're spending it about the same of your Protoss opponent, you're going to lose because their units are more cost efficient. Also, I forgot to bring up that we have a Watch Your Language observer here, which is hilarious. I don't know where he came from or what the story is behind that, but again, structures isn't really fair because Zerg doesn't have many structures. He only lost 9 anyway. That's because PerfectMan never really got into the main base of Jaedong and did any damage. He was just happy to kind of snipe outlying expansions and win that way. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, well, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me at Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, where I am playing Warcraft 2 right now. And until next time, as always, thanks for hanging out, and you take care of yourself.